All right. I know who you are, but could you state your name and where people can follow you?
My name is Amber. You can follow me on Instagram at Amber Billops.
DMs open or no?
Open for what?
For them, just for inquiries, business,
Oh, for sure.
whatever.
For sure. I have a podcast.
Opportunities.
I have a podcast called At Hustle in the Huddle. That's very much so where you can DM.
Really, I didn't know that. So tell me about this. Tell me about the Hustle and Huddle podcast.
It's about women in sports. It's about women in sports. You're distracted.
Well, no, he's trying to get. Is that what new shit? Oh, listen, I'm looking at you.
Hustle in the Huddle is it's about women in sports. How you can make it as a woman in sports is with my co-host Aaliyah Austin. She is a player services coordinator for NFL PA. She's not here right now because she's working Super Bowl stuff. But yeah, it's how to help women navigate and maneuver in sports, and we're going to be talking to people like Sheena, people in the sports industry. We're going to go to some events, talk to Roger Goodell, talk to CEO of Diverse Representation, people who's moving the needle in the sports industry as a woman, not only just Black women, but women in general, because it's a male-dominant industry and it's hard to get in this industry. I have a huge testimony, and I didn't have the support that I needed to, get to where I am today. So we just want to be that support system and be a resource to young women in the industry that's trying to get to the industry.
Expound on your testimony.
You got that much time?
However much time you need, ma'am.
Well, I'll shorten it, but I quit my job at United Healthcare, and I was working at United Healthcare and Victoria's Secret. I quit my job to pursue my dream. So I have a son, so he was about 8 at the time, so I was homeless. I didn't have anywhere to go. I ended up staying with this guy that I was talking to, and his people allowed me to stay with him while I got my degree at UNT in journalism. So I wasn't working, I was just going to school. They opened up their home to me and my child until I finished my undergrad at UNT. And then I ended up getting my place, but I still needed income, right? So I was working at Brinks Home as a trainer. And then I was also working in the school, and I also had an internship with Dallas Morning News. So that's really how I got my foot in the door with Dallas Morning News, working in high school sports. And then I left Dallas Morning News for D Magazine and became a reporter, but it still wasn't paying the bills because they were internships. So I still had to have my, main job. So I wanted to do it right this time instead of quitting, you know what I mean? So eventually I joined NABJ, which is National Association of Black Journalists, and I got my mentor, Jason Ingram. And he's the one that talked me into going back to school to get my master's, because in order to make it in the industry, you have to be working in school. Like, a lot of these companies is not going to look at you if you don't have experience. Like, yeah, it's an internship, but they want you to have experience first, and they want you to have experience in the school. And the school I always wanted to go to was TCU. So I ended up getting accepted to TCU August 2021, and I graduate, and I'm still there. I graduate in 2025, and I prolonged my time at TCU because I wanted to do internships while I was at TCU. And when I was doing these interviews, a lot of these companies, they love Texas Christian University. A lot of good athletes come from out of there. And it's one of the top journalism programs, broadcasting programs in the industry. So I felt like it was a good career move for me to go there. And it was the best decision I ever made in my life. So while I was going there, I did quit my job at Brinks Home Security, and I started working inside of the school. I started writing for the Neely School of Business, and I also started doing content creation for the athletic department. And I was doing Uber and DoorDash on the side to pay the bills. So I was doing work in the school so I can have that experience that companies like ESPN wanted, but I also was doing Uber and DoorDash so I can pay the bills. Because I do have a kid, and I didn't want to put him in the predicament anymore of not having anywhere to lay his head, right? So I applied for ESPN in 2023, and I got all the way to the third interview, and that was like, look, we think you're perfect for ESPN, but we just wish you had, that digital experience. So that's when I applied to the athletic department, and then I went back to ESPN like late 2023, because that was early 2023. I went back to ESPN late 2023, and I reapplied, and they hired me. And it was like, we love that you listened and you went and got that experience at TCU. And so they hired me. So I started working there as an intern January of 2024. And at the end of my internship, they offered me the full-time job, but I would have had to move to Bristol, Connecticut. And I wasn't prepared to move to Bristol, Connecticut because I have a kid. So I started looking around at other positions. And that's when I applied to Fanatics, NBA, Bleacher Report, NFL, and the Rockets. And I ended up getting offers from all of them. Not even lying to you. I got offers from all of them. And it was weird to me because I came from a place to where I wasn't even getting interviews to getting offers from top companies in the sports industry. And I narrowed it down all the way to Fanatics and NBA. And I was trying to work both jobs. I really wanted to work both jobs, but Fanatics is partnered with the NBA, and Fanatics was okay with it, but the NBA wasn't, because it was like it could be a breach, so you'd have to choose. So I really just compared financials and benefits, and nobody's touching Fanatics. So I accepted the job with Fanatics. So I'm a sports editor with Fanatics on the collectible side. So I basically create cards for the NFL. So this year coming up, Rookie Premiere, I get to go to Rookie Premiere and tell the athletes, this is how I need you to pose for your card, for your rookie card. So that's what I do for Fanatics. And then after I declined that position with Bleacher Report, they ended up calling me for another position. It was like, we really want you to work, help us with our women's social page. It was like, we love what you did for ESPN, for ESPNW, and we need someone like you for our women's platform. So I talked to my people at Fanatics to make sure it was okay. There was no type of breach of contract. And with Bleacher Report, with them, for me to work with them, they had to hire me as an independent contractor instead of like an actual employee for Bleacher Report. So they hired me as an independent contractor. So they basically contact me whenever they need extra hands. So right now they have the Unrivaled League, so I help them with the Unrivaled League. When March Madness comes, they're going to need extra hands, so I'll be helping them with March Madness, and then same with the WNBA draft. If they need help with the WNBA league season, then I'll be helping them there. So whenever there's like huge events going on, they need extra hands, that's when Bleacher Report reaches out to me, and I help them on that side. So yeah, that's where I am right now. I really did want the NBA position. It was very hard for me to turn that down because I'm like, damn, it's the NBA. But after talking to people in the industry that I'm friends with, they're like, look, you can't accept jobs because of the glitz and glamour, because of the name, because of who they are. Like, it's really the companies that work with them that's where the money at. Just like Fanatics. Fanatics works that partnership with all these leagues, all these teams, and they pay 10 times more than an ESPN or NBA, and that's the truth. And that's not the only reason why I accepted them. Like, they really fought for me. Like, when I was going through my hiring process, they're like, look, we know you're a hot commodity. Who do we need to match with? Like, what is the NBA offering? We'll match that. We'll top it. What is Bleacher Report offering? We'll top it. And they literally topped every offer that I got. And I came back to the NBA and I was like, look, Fanatics topped your deal. And the NBA was like, all right, they weren't trying to fight it. They was like, all right, we can't fight you on Fanatics. So, but they did come back to try to offer me a different position, but it still wasn't touching what Fanatics was offering. So I love Fanatics. They allow me complete control to do, whatever it is I want to do. They trust me. Same with Bleacher Report. I'm not even here at Super Bowl for Bleacher Report there, but they're like, any content you get that'll be great for our women's platform, we'd love that. So I love both the jobs. I love that they let me do whatever I want to do with Fanatics on the NFL side, and then with Bleacher Report on the women's side. So it's like it's like the best of both worlds. I'm doing what I love with football, and I'm doing what I love with women's sports.
So what are you doing out here at the Super Bowl? Like, what are you looking for? What are some things that when people follow you, that they should be looking forward to?
Women's everything. I'm not here for football. I'm here for people talking women's sports. And I know this is the Super Bowl, but there are a lot of women in sports events. Like last year, Beats held a women in sports dinner. There's the Women in Sports Power Brunch. There's diverse representation. They are collabing with Fanatics, and they have a lot of women that started their company. So they're going to be having a lot of women in sports events, activations. So there's a lot of women in sports activation events for Super Bowl. So that's what I'm here for, to get stuff from my podcast that's going to air on next Wednesday. And then also give things for Bleacher Report for women in sports.
All right. Tell the people where they can follow you again.
Amber Billops, that's AmberBillopss.
Was you sure you spelled that right? It was a lot of spelling right there. You a lot. Now, all jokes aside, congratulations. I'm sorry that. Oh, one more thing. Sneaker. You still a sneakerhead? You still got the shoes?
I do. I brought two of my Travis Scotts and my Off-Whites.
Which Travis Scott's?
The all black ones.
Okay.
What are those called?
I should have brought those. The ones with the white check. That's kind of okay.
Yeah. And then the mocha ones. What are they called? The brown.
The Air Maxes? Oh no, you talking about the original Jordan one? The Jordan ones?
Yeah.
Oh, I got them too. I got with the red. When you wearing those?
I don't know. I'm feeling my red. I just got some red bottoms, so I really want to wear those to almost all my events. But I had my Off-Whites on yesterday.
Ain't no checkers with here. She talking about red bottoms. You gotta come correct with that.
and then my Off-Whites, the hot top white ones with the orange laces.
Okay. Oh.
What you do?
Well, she got money. Ooh, like to do shoes.
Flex. You gotta know how to finesse. You gotta do your research when it comes to these needs. When it comes to everything,
Definitely.
Real Leo.
Maybe that is real Leo stuff.
We finesse. We research. You don't gotta pay full price for everything.
You don't.
There's ways around anything.
Yeah.
You just gotta do your research.
I got 2 pairs of Travis Scotts. I have my Air Yeezys. What other shoes do I have?
My son's shoe collection is way better than mine.
Where? How old is your son?
He's 15.
Oh Lord,
He's
that's
6'1".
expensive. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He playing ball too?
And he's size 13.
Oh jeez. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, cool. Well, we had to talk about the shoe. I had to get the shoe game in there before we talked about the son.
Yeah, I got him my Dior's right now. Slides.
Oh, okay.
Slides.
Yeah. I'm Crocs by day, Jordan 1s by night.
Oh, okay.
I'll have them on the night when we.
by day, Jordan ones
These are
by
Crocs. Crocs are so comfortable. I promise you.
Okay.
But I'm saying, I love my. I have a very extensive sneaker collection.
Okay.
But somebody got me 1 pair of Crocs, and I said, you know what?
Oh, so they that comfortable?
They're that comfortable.
You
Now I
don't
have a
the
lot
Yeezy
of.
slides?
I don't have
I heard
the
Yeezy slides.
I don't have the Yeezy slides because I didn't get into them, and then Yeezy was wilding at that point. Because
You have his other shoes. Though.
But this was before he was wilding. I do have a ton of Yeezys, but they don't get as much weight. But it's got nothing to do with that as much as I'm really into my J's right now.
Which ones you wearing to the media party?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I probably will. I probably will wear my mochas to that.
Are y'all coming to the NFLPA VIP party?
Are you inviting me to it?
I wish I could invite you to it.
I can't know. I don't know, Sheena. Are we going to the NFLPA party? You don't know? I don't know. Well, I don't know. But all right, appreciate you. That was nice. That was dope. Congratulations, though. That's good.
See, I took up most of the time. You didn't get to ask me that many